Hello, everyone. Welcome to another podcast by your host, Joe Oriani. If you want to contact me, it's at Joe Oriani Podcast at yahoo.com for any comments, suggestions, you want to be interviewed, anything you'd like to talk about. Now, before I begin, I want to get some housekeeping out of the way first. Okay, to my granddaughter, who's 1 year old, Ariana, happy birthday, and to my sister Dawn, happy birthday, March 3rd. And before I get into anything really serious, I want to tell you, I want to congratulate myself and God for 41 years clean and sober today. I never thought I'd live this long. I thought I'd be dead or in jail a long time ago, and I should have been. But I guess God only takes the good, so I'm stuck here. So anyway, just to let you know, if anybody wants to know about my alcohol and drug history, I do have one whole podcast to that. You have to go look it up. I have 60 of them now, so go look it up and tell you all about me, what I'm like, who I am, what I want to be when I grow up. I don't even know. Okay. With all that out of the way, last week I talked about crime. And I have to tell you, when I gotta stop watching the damn news. I gotta stop reading the news feeds. I could talk about crime forever. Every week it's something new. 2-year-old killed by an illegal immigrant, that one in Georgia who was gonna be a doctor or a nurse, killed for no apparent reason. I can go on and on, but this is absolutely nuts. I mean, I don't know what to tell you people. Has the world gone crazy? Or maybe just me. It's possible. I've been crazy ever since. Hey, you talk about crime. I guess I'm gonna go into crime for a little bit here before I get into politics. Austin, Texas. They defunded the police, the city, defunded the cops. But now they're in deep shit. They don't get responses to 911 calls fast enough. They don't get the police over there fast enough. Austin is a liberal city. So, God help them. And then you have another crime here. Mitch McConnell, his sister-in-law, was found dead, and it wasn't a typical accident. So who knows what's gonna happen? And in California, they want to propose a bill that illegals can get housing, approved for housing, buy a house. I couldn't do that. I had to show all kinds of things that I was living here. So I'm really concerned with that. And another thing, I wonder when I walk down the street, I always carry my gun, so I don't worry about it too much. I'm a pretty good shot. But the world has gone to hell in a handbasket. I say that every week. And I mean it every week, because as soon as I get done with this podcast, today is Sunday the 3rd, I'll probably go outside, turn on the news, and by Monday morning, all kinds of shit's happening. Who killed who did what? A state trooper was tragically killed in the crash while searching for DUI drivers. You got the other idiot down Fanny Hill Wills, and her and a lover. I was watching that the other day. I was impressed that they were so stupid. But who knows? And here's a woman who's been missing for 7 years, and she was finally found. She's gone missing. So all these things add up. If you get this stuff every week, if you're stupid enough to watch the news like I am, you deserve getting depressed like I do. I don't know what to say. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. I just don't know how things are gonna end with this country, not even the world. Well, let's talk about a couple of things about this country now that I think about it. There's a New York Times poll out that says Trump is beating Biden by 5 because voters doubt Biden's leadership. Hell, how could have told you that? And he won't even do anything. And Dr. Jill, his wife, I don't know if she's a doctor or not, she becomes his new tax dog. And most of his voters say he's too old. They say they're upbeat on the economy. People say they're upbeat on the economy. I'm sorry. Food is expensive. You're gonna wind up starving us to death. There are things you can't afford, not afford. let's talk about some truth, shall we? Donald Trump, when he got elected, before he got elected, he said he was gonna build the wall. Well, he did, about 500 and something feet, so that was true. But the lie is, he said Mexico was gonna pay for it. They didn't. And the lie also is, he didn't get everybody out of here. He still didn't finish the wall, it's 500 something, 4 years to finish the wall, what's the problem, Donald? I can't understand that for life of me, but hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy sitting here in a room, half in the dark, I should turn on a light, but I'm too lazy to reach over, so hold on, let me reach over and get the light on. And, cause I got the curtains closed, cause the sun is too bright, and my hair's a mess. Oh, you turn you around, okay. Ouch. Getting complicated here, alright. That's a little better. That's it back. So anyway, that was Donald Trump. Joe Biden, when he came into office, they got rid of like 91 of Trump's decrees, presidential decrees, or whatever the hell you wanna call them. Oh, executive orders, I'm sorry, let's be politically correct on that, or at least have a sense of what I'm talking about. And now he says he can't do anything to close the border. Well, you put men in Mexico, executive order. What else can you do? Oh, stop the catch and release. That'd be good. You know, I think it worked. I was watching them come across the other day, illegal immigrants, they wanna call them visitors. They're not freaking visitors or newcomers. They're not newcomers. People who got here illegally are newcomers. And they were coming across, and the border crossing, the right one, was about 100 yards away from them. But they don't want people to know who they're coming. All these Chinese people, Somalia. Give me a break here, folks. This is gonna turn into a third world country. I'm sorry, and I know I said that, and I don't really give a damn. Because that's what's gonna happen here. Let's talk about another truth. Donald Trump. He got accused of having secret documents and not wanting to turn them over. And that's what they're going, one of the things they're going for, he's got so many indictments, I can't count them. And they're going after him. Joe Biden had documents that he should have never had. A senator is not allowed to have or take stuff out of the rooms, and he had them in his house, in his garage, all over the place, filing cabinets. And you have Hunter walking in and out, so you know, hello. Why aren't they charging him? Oh, yeah, they said he's not mentally fit to stand trial. And yet he's mentally fit to be president? Jeez. I thought I was nuts. Anyway, next thing we're gonna talk about is Hunter Biden for a minute. He sat there and said that he called his father during business meetings and put him on a phone. Or he invited his father for lunch. Now, if that isn't influencing, I don't know what it is. You're sitting there trying to make a business deal and some really important person who's on a phone. And you think everything's okay, everything's fine, you know, let's do it. And Joe Biden denies ever having lunch with the Chinese or anything else. And they said when he came to lunch, all he did was sit there and eat. Not say a word. I don't even believe that story. Donald Trump. Let's talk about Ukraine. Donald Trump now says he wouldn't fund Ukraine, and I think that's a bad mistake. I haven't heard what he said about Taiwan yet. So, you know, there's a lot of issues here. Joe Biden, pro-Iranian, and that's great. I actually agree with that. But he was slow on sending them planes and missiles and ammunition. And Russia lied to him and said, I'm not going to invade. And sure enough, we all at the time knew what Russia was going to do. Now let's talk about that little dictator, like a little, Napoleon Bonaparte in Russia. Putin's house or hometown, it was finally bombed, and wish he was in it. His chief rival was just buried, and this guy was beaten pretty badly. And I don't think they've done a toxicology on him, because I don't think Putin would allow it. But these thousands of people that are going to this guy's funeral, they're probably all getting pictures taken, and they're all gonna wind up being locked up. Lee Kunis, he's running for another election, sixth term. Now, Russian people get what they deserve. They should just have an uprising and get it the hell over with. He wants to go up after Moldavia next. It's a NATO country, folks. You do that, you're really in big trouble. And so are we, because Biden will have no choice but to go to war with Russia. NATO has been talking about sending troops to Ukraine. Mhm. Putin threatens nuclear war. I don't think we're all gonna be around here in the next few years, the way things are going. And China, if you notice, is very, very quiet. They're still gonna get Taiwan before the election. I said it here, before the election, especially if Trump is, president. But I don't know how much Donald Trump would do either to defend Taiwan. Make Taiwan, part of the US, like Puerto Rico. Don't have to be a state. That'll stop them. The other things that are different is that when Joe Biden says the economy good, he's lying. Stock market's doing well. If you're in the stock market and 401ks, oh, that's great for you. That's great for me, because I have stuff in money market accounts. But again, you go out and buy some food, it's like crazy. A steak, forget it. And then the steak prices are so high and beef is so high. You got that idiot DA in New York who went after Trump now wants to go after people with cows. Because cows have too much flatulence. I'm sorry, everybody farts, including us. Put a plug in our ass so we don't have to do it no more. I mean, Jesus, what are these people? Well, never mind what they are. Oh, climate change. Yeah, I believe climate change too. Summer, winter, spring, and fall. Simple. Now, I will say this, it's possible over a course of time that, the Earth might get some kind of degree warmer. But if I recall reading in science, this thing was nothing but a ball of fire when it was put together. Earth was nothing but hot molten ash and everything else, so it was like a meteor stuck somewhere. So this planet was not all green and fuzzy. Did they have pollution back then? I don't think so. Did they have cows back then? I don't think so. I'm just throwing that in for good luck. They had dinosaurs who probably fought it more than anything you can imagine. T-Rex, though T-Rex wasn't as big as they say. And it sounded like a chicken anyway. That's true fact. So anyway, all this goes on and the country moves along. Back in the 1930s, they had this big drought. And we didn't have that many factories up and running back then either. Well, what caused that? In the 1970s, they told us to stop using any kind of spray cans, aerosol, for a hole in the atmosphere. I don't think anybody listened to them. I don't know if there's a hole there or not, but it ain't affecting me. Don't care. Also, in the 1970s, they told us we're all gonna freeze to death by the 1980s. I'm sorry, again, the weather changes. Yeah, it's been a few nice moments, but back then it was really cold, feet of snow. And well, not me, but you can see it in the New York Times, other magazines, other places, other TV stations that are having a cold era and we're all gonna freeze to death. It's the end of the world. And we move on to the 1980s and 1990s and now. Oh, first it's global warming and now it's climate change. Well, yeah, dipshits, the climate's always gonna change. You ain't been around this earth, you haven't been around a billion years to know what it's like. Things take time. And then all of a sudden, again, if we get cold again, stay cold for a year or two, you're gonna hear the same thing, oh, I've turned into an ice age. So you can't win on climate change. Do I believe it's possible we have climate? Yes. Do I believe it's caused by humans? No. I believe it's caused by the natural evolution of the planet. Period. Now, you can take that to the bank. And I don't care who says I'm right and wrong, because I'm not politically correct. And I will say what's on my mind, and that is one of the things I believe. The earth spins and we go round and round. If you remember in your history, people used to think the sun revolved around the earth. It doesn't. They used to say the earth was flat. It isn't. I read books going back, and you can see in the history books how we were gonna be dead in 1990, 2001, 12 years for climate change to change, or all be underwater. Now, I'm sorry, who was that? Castro Cortez or whatever her name is, the Democrat in New York? And Al Gore, who spends more on electricity than I can afford in 2 years for 1 month. You got John Kerry, who used to be the climate czar, flying all over the place in his private jet. You know, I got a few things to say there. If you're so worried about climate change, get on a commercial flight with other people so you don't waste all that carbon, cause all that carbon. No, he has to go private. When he gets called on, he's like, oh, yeah, okay, John. Glad you're not dead no more. Now you're helping President Biden get elected, re-elected. Good luck with that. Let me know how it turns out in November. And speaking of elections in November, Nikki Haley. I am still gonna vote for Nikki Haley when the election is here in Florida. I like her. I like her stance. Protect us against foreign invaders. You know, she's willing to build a wall. She's doing a lot of things. You know, it may be the old Republican Party, but we're getting rid of Mitch McConnell, which is good. Johnson wants to go to be the speaker in the Senate, head of the Senate. No. He's anti-gun, always collude with the Democrats and always agrees with Democrats on gun control. No, thank you. I don't know who they're gonna pick. But McConnell made lots of deals behind the scenes, some were good, some were bad. He was good with the judges, he got them through. Probably the one thing he'll be remembered for the most. There are a lot of people leaving. Ted Cruz, I understand. In Texas, the polls are not doing well, which is surprising. Still, Texas wants to leave the country. And again, I still don't really disagree with them. But anyway, I can go back to crime if you like, or I can talk about the weather, the climate change, politics. But you guys don't tell me what to talk about. So I do need your help and suggestions. Everything with abortion, I don't really care. If you want to be interviewed, please let me know. If you have a story to tell, I'll put you on the air and we'll send it over to YouTube. Free of charge. But I need to know the subject and your email, so please send it to me at Joe Oriani podcast@yahoo.com. And I will get back to you. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this podcast up, because I only got one donation in years, and this stuff costs money. This is, I need the money to eat. I went out to eat the other day, we were at Ruby Tuesdays. I had the ribs and a salad bar, and my wife had soup and salad. $63. Holy crapola. Whew, what planet are we on? I reached for a little single steak the other day, $29. My hands burnt, I had to put it back. So, you can see how things go. I'm hoping that the world turns back to the way it was. You know, pre-COVID, it wasn't bad. You could afford things, your money went a lot further. Right now, it ain't going nowhere. Somebody was saying the other day how many years ago, back in the 50s, for example, you only needed one paycheck to handle a family of 4, your mortgage and everything else. Here, you need 2 paychecks, maybe 3 in some cases, so. I don't know, I can reminisce about all that. The only good thing Kellogg's wants you to eat cereal for dinner. At $5 a box, I can get awful expensive, plus the stuff ain't no good for you anyway. Got too many chemicals, too many additives, so that's no good. You eat fish, but you gotta go catch them like I do. That's good. It's not too bad. I pay $70-something for 8 hours, fishing actually for 4. And I catch 9 or 10 fish, I get a lot of meals out of it. You can go hunting. But whatever you kill, please eat. Do not leave it laying there. That's what they did the whole day. I got a funny feeling sooner or later, all hell's gonna break loose on this planet. I know it sounds like doom and gloom, but it could be a prediction. An incorrect prediction, but we shall see. Okay, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am done for today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. I don't want to be back on probably in a week or so. There's just too much news to go over, too many things to talk about, and no time in the world to do it. So again, everybody have a nice day. And remember, if you are not laughing, you are not living. That's a fact, Jack.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need